Codesignal arcade is IPv4 address. Hello everybody, I'll be solving this is IPv4 address question. Let's get to it! Alright, an IP address is a numerical label assigned to each device participating in a computer network that uses Internet Protocol for communication, and there are two versions of the Internet Protocol. And thus two versions of the addresses. One of them is IPv4 address. What the hell is that? Holy balls. Please feel free to screenshot this and look at it in your own purview. I'm not going to read this all out because I know what it is. Basically, it's a string of 4 numbers separated by little these dots. And the maximum number they can be is 255, and the lowest number they can be is 0. And you want to make sure they have no leading zeros like this number right here. And you want to make sure that at least have a value. This one doesn't have a value right here. And oh yeah, well, I think that's all scenarios. So feel free to replay this part all the time. Give me those views. I mean, you can see these examples here. I mean, that's basically what I said. You have to have 4 numbers. They have to be separated by dots. They can't have leading zeros. So let's get right down to it. Now, I'd be lying to you if I said I'm looking at this for the first time, because I did practice. What I would use to solve this question is regex. What is regex actually? Regex is like a shortcut. It's almost like saying there's a pattern that I want to see. Please execute based on pattern. So for this one, the patterns we want to think about has to be 4 numbers, and each number should not have. Sorry, I didn't say it correctly. Should not have leading zeros, and it should be from 0 to 255. All right. Now with regex, we want to find what patterns could go under this IP address for each of these numbers. So let's think about it. Oh yeah, and we want let's think about this. Oh, and here we want to check each number of the IP address. So first I want to split this into an array called IPs equals input string dot split, and see, we use regex here. The pattern that we want to split by, as you know what I mentioned, is a period. Now, a tricky part with regex is that there's scenarios where characters like a period they have to be prefixed with backslash like this, so that you can actually detect those periods. Yeah, it's kind of weird stuff about that. You can look up why. I don't feel like telling why because I don't really know why. I just know you have to do that. IPs. Okay, so to go through each of these IP addresses, like 172. I mean, let's go put this in a bigger screen, guys. Let's get it in HD. 172.16.54.1. All right. What else do we have to consider? Oh, and if we go through each of them without any problems, you're going to return true. Now, let's see. What else do we have to consider? Okay. Oh, we already have IPs. I'm going to call this pattern to make this much more easier to understand. Now, here's how regex works. So we have to separate this into several scenarios so that we can find out the patterns of each scenario of 0 to 255. And this is what I found. It's better if I show it to you than, talk to you about it. There'll be cases we want to consider between 250 to 255. And that's because when we do regex, we want to find patterns that start with 2, 5, and then this brackets means we want numbers in radius from 0 to 5. Now another one we want to do is 249, 200 to 249. So in this case, you can see this is why I'm breaking this into different scenarios like this, because it's kind of funky. So it goes from 2, I think 0 to 4, and here it could be 0 to 9. So yeah, that's another scenario to consider. Now for those that go from 100 to 199, we have to think about scenarios from 0 to 9, 0 to 9. So basically, here's what we're doing. We want to find numbers from 250 to 255, 200 to 249. 100 to 199. What else do we want to consider? Oh yeah. So now we don't want any leading zeros. So we have to say, let's just say 10 to 99. There we go. And that would be 1 to 9 and 0 to 9. There you go. What else do we want to consider? Now, the only exception to this leading zeros actually is, let me see if they have it in here. It can be solely a 0, actually. It just can't have a leading 0 number, but it can be just 0. So let's say 0 to 9. I'd say 0 to 9. That's a perfect number. All right, so now we have all these scenarios. Here's how we will construct the pattern. Now, I think it's better if I show it to you up here. I'm going to move this aside because it's going to be a big pattern. I'm pretty sure it's a better solution, guys, so please show it in the comments below. Now, this pipe that I put right here means an OR statement. So I want to find a scenario for this, which is 250 to 255, or a scenario for this, or a scenario for this kind of number, or a scenario for this kind of number, or a scenario for this kind of number. And there you go. Now, here's what we do. If IP dot matches the pattern, I'm sorry, what I meant to say is if it doesn't, return false. All right. So basically, I go through each. Oh, I forgot one more thing. You have to check if there's at least 4 numbers. So once I split this, here's what I'll have to do next. If IP.length does not equal 4, then you want to return false. Now, something to note, guys. You definitely want to avoid doing too many if statements. I'm not doing a lot right now, but I'm just saying, if your code and interviews contain too many if statements, I heard that's looked down upon, frowned upon. Anyways. So, I mean, I don't have to do much of it, but I'm just letting you know. And I'm pretty sure this can be done with 1 line of code, but this is a better way for me to show like what's going on, like how I would test this. Oh my gosh, it worked. I mean, I knew it would work. Okay, let's see if submit works. This would be about, it'll be linear solution, O of n, and I think it'll be O of 1. Oh, no, I take that back. It's about O of n space because I'm using a string and fill it with each of these values inside. All right, O of n where n represents the number of characters. I'm guessing that's what it would be. What would be the number of strings? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my content. Please like and subscribe below. If you could find that 1-line solution, guys, I'm going to give you a free water bottle. And not just any water bottle. It's water from the fountain of youth. No, just kidding, guys. Take care, stay healthy, and yeah, cheers.